Hello, welcome to Spotlight on Souris. My name is Laura Higgs, and today we have with us Brenda Morris, who's here to give us an update on the group that you're with, Brenda, Westman Mental Wellness and Suicide Prevention Association, right?
That's right.
Long name, but
Long
an
name.
extremely important topic. Welcome
It
here.
is. Well, thank you. We really appreciate you having us back time and time again to update the communities on what we're working on and what we've been doing in the communities.
Yes, hugely important, and hugely important in my heart. I feel that too. So tell us a bit more about the group and your association.
Well, Westman Mental Wellness and Suicide Prevention Association is an organization that is nonprofit charity that is operated by a board of volunteers, and we go out and we educate, advocate, support, and empower people in the Westman area to help make our communities stronger, healthier, and just more aware of mental wellness and suicide prevention.
Yeah, hugely important, hugely important. We last chatted, I think, before the last golf tournament, and I know I did some videotaping for the golf tournament and
Yes.
got that put out there. But what have you been working on since then?
Well, the golf tournament was an excellent event for us. We had 18 foursomes all booked. One unfortunately had to cancel the night before. So we ended up with 17 foursomes, which was just totally amazing. We ended up, although we only were planning on 18 hole sponsors, we ended up with 20.
Oh, really?
So
Very
that was
good.
great. We just put them on to other events or other parts of the day
Yeah.
to recognize those people. We had support from all of Westman. We went out and approached all the golf courses in Westman, including like Oak Lake and Neepawa, Clear Lake, and approached their golf courses and said, would you guys be willing to donate golf passes to our event? There wasn't one that turned us down.
Oh, nice.
And we ended up with 60 free rounds of golf.
Wow.
So it was awesome to give for prizes.
Great prizes,
auctions.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Now, we didn't focus too much on Souris for that event as far as support went, although we did do some that we hadn't caught before, but we wanted to reach out to more Westman to get them involved and be a part of what we're doing. We have been in the Souris community pretty openly in the last, for our annual walk, and so we wanted to reach out and not tap on the same doors twice.
Right, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
we
fair.
felt very supported with communities. We worked very, very hard in Verdun, Moleta, Deloraine, Hartney especially. Unfortunately, we didn't get to that many more communities, but
Time. You need time to get to everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were very pleased
Yeah.
with what we came across.
Yeah, it was a
So.
great event and really great prizes, lots of people. So then there's other things on your docket that then you're working on?
There is, actually. In the spring, we started working with the school division to see about helping them deliver a mental health and suicide prevention curriculum. So during the summer, we sourced some educational materials and had a couple teachers review the booklets. They were mental wellness activity books. And so they felt that they were very well written and felt that they would work very well within the school.
What age range are we talking about?
So originally we had talked about grades 2 to 5, so
Okay.
7 to 11-year-olds.
Okay.
So we ordered 500 books, knowing that would be enough to cover all Southwest Horizon.
Okay.
Once we got visiting the schools, meeting the principals, the resource teachers, the secretaries, the students,
Yeah.
they wanted to even do further. So we ended up doing grades 1 to 6 instead of 2 to 5, which made sense in hindsight because a lot of schools 1-2s are combined, 5-6s are combined.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point.
So we said absolutely. So We ended up having to order 200 more books. So
That's not a bad thing.
Oh, no, not at all. We were very pleased to do that. We have talked to people briefly since and said the books are going over amazingly well. So we're pleased about that. We were able to also give Kirkcaldy School in Brandon, their resource teacher. She had asked for some books, so we donated 40 books to them as well. So that resource teacher can work with certain students and, just has something there at her fingertips to use with some of her students as well.
Good.
So that we were very, very pleased about.
For sure.
We also, within the school system, we were approached by the peer support group. So they developed a regional group and that consisted of students from all Southwest Horizon. So there was 50 students and numerous teachers and resources teachers and whatnot throughout the division that had a 2-day retreat. So we attended one evening. We were able to take part in the activities. We made them supper. We got to meet with the students, interact with them. We actually were able to sponsor their speaker for the next day. So we just felt really, really good about that. Those 50 students and those teachers are amazing. Those 50 students now are going back into their own schools, continuing to do work to be a support leader in their own schools.
Wow.
So these teachers will continue on. I don't know how often they meet, maybe once a month or something, but it's not just a one-time thing.
Right.
They continue to educate them throughout the whole school year.
Oh, super important.
Very, very encouraging.
Yeah.
Very encouraging.
Yeah.
Such a super nice group of kids.
Yeah. Good.
Another thing we've been working on was we got to be part of the regional, or we got to attend part of the Regional Wellness Committee, which is a group of 17 teachers, bus drivers, aides, janitors, you name it. So Southwest Horizon put together this regional team to help work on what the curriculum is going to look like.
Okay.
So we got to attend that for a day on one day, able to supply them with a little bit of self-care help. Because it's going to be a long year for them getting this program put together and whatnot. So we were very pleased that they asked us to also be a part of that.
Wow, yeah.
Yes.
Great.
So we'll continue to work in all those aspects. One thing that I think is worth mentioning is we attended the Suicide Prevention Implementation Network. They invited us to attend an event in Brandon, and we were actually awarded an award of excellence for advocacy and organizational efforts for the Westman Walk for Mental Wellness.
Oh, really?
So that
that's
was
nice.
That was pretty humbling.
What a great honor.
It was very much so, very much a surprise, and very, very humble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we're out there, we're doing things.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you ever? Well, that's great. So tell me, I just have a question about the curriculum. You're talking about building this curriculum for the kids. How is that going to be implemented? They won't just have a class set aside every week for that kind of thing. Will it be a part of their morning announcements? Will it be, how will they work that into the system as it is?
The books that we have provided so far are to assist the teachers in delivering a message. Right now, as it was, teachers were going out and sourcing their own materials, copying them, taking them to the classrooms. But for us now to be able to deliver the workbook, which has 100 different activities in it covering all aspects of mental wellness, it actually in our opinion, frees the teachers up, not having to do all that extra work finding work for their classrooms, but also having the teachers deliver that in the classrooms with these students, all receiving the same message, all receiving the same information, we think is going to be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
That everybody is getting the same message and will be able to continue on year after year.
Yeah, and providing a place of openness and sharing when they realize that all these teachers and other kids in that area are there to help and mentor I think it
Right.
draws those kids who need the help to them.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
and that way, hoping to prevent some bad things coming up in life for
Yes,
those young kids.
Exactly. So
Good.
for us being able to do that now, it kind of frees the teachers up for working on
Yeah.
the bigger programs.
Absolutely.
And hopefully they can even take some of these lessons and these activities that are in this book and use them towards their curriculum.
Yeah.
It's my understanding that the mental health curriculum, being curriculum, the key word there,
Mm-hmm.
I believe is going to be a part of the school education, just the same as you have so many minutes of math, so many minutes of
Yes.
science, so many minutes of PE.
Health, social studies, all that.
Right.
Okay.
So it's my understanding that then there will be carved into this curriculum
Okay.
so many minutes for mental wellness.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. So it won't be its own, class put on the schedule as, 3 times a week we go into this one. They'll implement so many minutes on the beginning or the end of each class to go through this.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that is going
Yeah.
to look like, whether, I don't even know how many classes. I think they have 5 classes in a day, whether there will be a 6th class or
yeah.
I'm really not
Yeah.
positive
Okay.
on that, but there's some excellent leaders heading this committee, and I think
And they'll find a good way to implement
they
it.
will do great
Good,
work. Yes,
good. I just
for
wondered
sure.
how that would look. It's really tough. I mean, kids have so many things going on in school. Not only all the things they have to learn, but all the social stuff and all the maturing and growing stuff that's happening. Like sometimes their heads are just whirling because of everything that they're dealing with in a
Yes.
day. And then to add another class of a whole different subject. I mean, it's going to be good for them to hear all this, but I just wondered where they were going to put it. But
Right.
okay, they've got leaders in place to help implement
Yes,
that.
I think they will get that figured out, and
Great.
even if it's not till next year, till September 2024 calendar year, that is fine. I know they're doing other events throughout the year too.
But they're there. They're
but they're
implementing
there.
in the schools. You guys have been to the schools, I believe, and
We have
spoke.
been to every school.
Right,
Yes.
and when you asked if you could come to the Surus school, they said, tell me what they said. They said, oh, you're not just doing it in the Surus school.
Right.
You're doing it.
In the whole division.
Yes.
So when we talked to Carolyn Corey in the spring, we said we want a pilot project, a wellness curriculum in Surus School. And that's what she said to us at that time. She goes, not just Surus, let's do the whole division.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been really interesting. We have met a lot of great people.
Yeah.
We have some great people at the helm of all
Yeah.
of this movement, and right now I know the division is more looking at the support for the teachers, the workers in general, not
Absolutely.
just teachers, the
Yep.
aides, the janitors,
Yep.
the bus drivers, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they are doing a big education piece and meetings, for those support type people.
Mm-hmm.
Unless their tanks are going to be full, they're not going to be able to help the kids.
That's right.
So right now they're looking at boosting the framework,
Yeah.
and then later get into the.
Oh,
to
that's
the
great.
students, So
That is great. And just for the kids to know that it's around and it's available,
Yeah.
they'll catch on real fast. Okay, so any new events coming up?
we do. In 2023, we have two events coming up. On November 25th, we are going to be hosting a men's wellness event.
Okay.
So November 25th from 7 to 10.
Ah,
It will be at the Surus Legion.
okay.
It's a free event. It's not a fundraiser. It is an event. We want to get out there, do some education, some awareness in the male atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we have a speaker coming actually from Texas that will
Really?
be speaking. He's a comedian.
Okay.
So he will do a little bit of mental health messaging because he has worked within the Army, PTSD, in the wellness field as well. So I think he'll be excellent to listen to. I've watched a few of his clips and he's pretty funny. We're going to, have snacks. We're going to do some wings. We're going to, have some games. They can play pool. They can do some table games. They can play cards, whatever. Throughout the
Okay.
event, have a casual event open to all the males that want to come, and just sit down and start the conversations.
Because that's a very necessary area. A lot
It
of men
is.
choke things down, don't talk about it, I mean, maybe their spouses or a friend they talk to, but they're not usually open about that kind of thing. So it's kind of a good event to tell them, it's okay, you can talk about this, you can talk about that.
Right, and it's not that we wanted to exclude the females or the wives or the girlfriends or whatever,
Yeah, no.
but we wanted it strictly men because they're more apt to maybe speak out or to connect if they don't have so-and-so's wife sitting there, so-and-so sitting there. Hopefully it'll make it a more
Right.
comfortable, engaging
And to know just
evening.
talking about it to anybody is okay.
Yes,
It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Funny little story just came up today. I was in Boissevain watching my grandson play hockey, and there was these two gentlemen behind me talking, and the one was telling his friend about his struggles and how he began to seek help and, you know, about his mental health and whatnot. And I was actually able to turn around and have a little bit of a conversation with him about that. And it was so refreshing to me that he openly was talking to his friend about his
Yes.
feelings and his struggles. And
Yes.
so it can be done.
Yes,
It
yeah,
can be
absolutely.
done.
Doesn't have to be hidden. It can be,
No.
for sure.
So another event we have coming up before the end of the year is a seniors event.
Okay.
So probably starting the last week in November up to the 3 weeks into December, we're going to put on a seniors event. So it'll be a couple hours, maybe once a week. Different topics, different activities we might do, but just getting the seniors out, engaging with one another. Christmas time can be a struggle for a lot of people. Seniors no different than anybody else. So
Right.
hopefully just having something to look forward to. You know, there might be tea and shortbread or
Yeah.
who knows what we might have. But so yeah, we will be working on that as well before the
Wow.
end of the year.
Wow.
Yeah,
You guys have come a long way since
we have.
becoming an association.
You bet we have.
For sure.
So you talked about new events coming up. In 2024 is going to be even busier, we feel. We've been so busy in 2023, but feel that we've made a lot of connections, a lot of
Absolutely.
networking, got our name out there as we just continue to grow and be in communities, be there. So our annual walk is May 11th again, which is the same Mother's Day weekend as we have every year. So we're looking forward to that. We have a few new exciting things, I think, that we're going to be bringing to the walk this year, or next year, I should say, 2024. So we look to have hopefully a lot of people attend and see what we do. We were very pleased last year, so hope to even be bigger and better.
Yeah.
Then we have our golf tournament, so we will be having that at some time throughout the summer. We're not exactly sure when yet. This past year we had it in August just because of the new bridge going in and whatnot.
Yes.
So we still have that one up in the air. We haven't pinned a date down on yet. What we've been really working on is we're going to be having a celebrity ball hockey tournament on July 20th.
Okay.
So it will be held at the Souris Arena, Souris Complex, I should
Yes.
say. It's not just the arena, it'll be in the whole complex. And we have Chris Cooling at the lead of that committee. He has taken that on.
Nice.
So a very community-minded gentleman and knows the world of hockey, and you know he's of that proper age group that has
Yes.
kids or has had kids in that field. So
For sure.
you know, we really want to focus on not only minor hockey, but sport in general for kids. You don't have to be a hockey player to be part of this tournament. You can be, you know, a dancer. You can be a volleyball player. It doesn't matter. We just want youth out. But we're also expanding it to have an 18 and over as well. So we're going to have that demographic. So that will be another group. And then we are going to have a family group. So if 4 dads or a mixture of mom and dads want to get together with their 4 kids and form a team, then they'll enter as a family team and we will have a little tournament for that as well.
Neat.
So
That's pretty exciting.
With the celebrities, we have touched base with a few like NHL people. And so we will continue to look at that. For the younger kids, I was talking to a young guy the other day and about being a celebrity, and well, what's a celebrity? Well, you know, Wayne Gretzky's a celebrity, like, you know, Connor Bedard's, you know, that kind of thing. But in his eyes, a celebrity, somebody he looked up to because he's 7, was his teacher's son, who happens to play for Verdun Oil Caps.
Oh,
so
okay.
To him, that was a celebrity.
For sure.
So we're hoping to have a wide range of young junior players. It not even has to be hockey players. It can be rugby players. It can be whatever.
Yeah.
And their job for that day will be to hopefully have one on every team to help deliver a bit of a message around mental wellness and just to be there to pump the kids up and get talking and bring messaging.
Yeah.
We plan on starting the day with a breakfast for everyone, and then we'll have a keynote speaker and before we start our day, and then we're looking at possibly having a couple more speakers throughout the day and maybe at the end of the day, depending on registration numbers. How long that day will be, we don't know yet, but it's all in the works. So.
And when was that one again?
July 20th.
July 20th.
Yeah.
For that one. Okay.
So if there's anybody in any community that is interested in being a part of that event as an organizer, Chris Cooling would be the one to talk to.
To contact, yeah.
741-0043.
Okay.
He's looking still for, I think, a few committee leads. We've broken it into about 10 different subcommittees, so I know he's still looking for a few of those leads on some of those committees. So they can contact him and have a chat with him to see what else he might be looking for.
Great.
So,
great.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you've got a lot coming up.
We do.
Wow.
So, and then one more thing to add, sorry. Once we have the feedback from the school, from Southwest Horizon, we may take that information, analyze it, and see if we feel the project is worth taking into another school division next year.
Oh boy.
So, you know, we'll have this corner of the province kind of covered, but maybe now we move on to another school division.
Right.
So our wheels are constantly
absolutely
revolving.
Yeah, my gosh, it's only been how many years that you've been together as a group, and you're just moving like
we
fire.
are.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Have you been able to reach out to more of Westman, and have you received support outside of service?
We have. The school was a great outreach for us because like we said, we went into all 7 of those communities and did work, besides a couple other communities around.
Because they're in the school division, right? In the school division, so that's perfect.
Right, so that was just a good starting point for us.
Yeah.
But we've been out there attending all sorts of events throughout the summer and throughout the entire year. So we have, again, been networking and meeting a lot of people. So we've worked
lots of support.
Yeah, we worked with a lot of the community or businesses before the golf tournament. We popped in and said, hey, this is what we're doing.
Right,
you know,
okay. Yeah.
This is who we are, and this is what we're going to be doing in your community.
Okay.
Another good thing we had was we attended the Souris Town Council meeting last week just to let them know of the upcoming ball hockey tournament that's coming up, because it is going to be a community event. Not a fundraiser, just a community event to get as many people involved as possible. So we thought it was important that the town knew that and to let them know what other work we are doing in the community. So they were very engaged, had lots of great questions. Coming out of that, you know, there was different councilmen that hooked us up with some contacts for parts of our events. We had the mayor say, hey, we should be able to help you with searching grants or doing funding, you know. He also invited us to attend the regional don't know what they call it, council meetings, which consists of 22
Right.
RMs.
Right. Yes, I've heard
So
that.
attend their regional meeting and just let everybody know kind of basically what we just finished telling the town, what we've been doing, what we're going to be doing, just looking for their involvement
Right.
and just getting them in the know.
Yeah, for sure. You're
So,
reaching
yeah.
out all over the place.
Whenever we attend an event, we always come up with somebody. So
Yeah.
the town council was perfect.
Yeah.
It was a great start.
Yeah. And you mentioned the walk too, that you had last year. There was so many tables there of support groups and places where people could go depending on where your focus of mental health is. There was so many options there and so many self-help kind of businesses that were here. That's just, this will make you feel better. This will help you. This will, aid. So it wasn't just the walk and raising money
No.
for the group.
No.
I learned so much more and made so many more contacts. In fact, I was just going through some of the cards I collected last year at that walk.
yes?
Yeah. And I had them on my counter and I went, good, I know if I need to call somebody, I know that person and that person.
Yeah, not only
but I got to see them and
Yeah.
speak with them.
Not only just the mental health workers, but we had the self-help tables as
Yes,
well, and
yeah.
had them intermingled so people felt free to just roam around
Yeah,
and
that's right.
ask questions.
That's right.
And-
Yeah, it was a very
Yeah.
good, very good source of information. So are you still looking for more community members to help in delivering the wellness and suicide prevention in Westmount?
Always looking for more.
Good. It's such a trick question.
Yeah. We'd love to have even anybody from Souris would be great. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
We'd also really love to get more involved in more of Westmount. So we're really hoping to pull people from Westmount, from their own communities, to bring us their messaging, their requests from their communities. So just help spread the word, do more work in more communities, just a contact outside of just our community.
Sure. And in fact, people can volunteer and come and be a part of the committee, and then you guys have meetings and decisions to make and all
Right.
that stuff. But you also are accepting volunteers in a friends of the committee way as well, right? People who
You
say,
are. We
I
are.
want to help, I want to be at this event, or I can do this for you, but I can't come to meetings, I can't
Exactly.
do all that. But that's friends of the committee. You will accept volunteers
We
there, right?
are.
Right. Thought so.
Perfect.
Thought so.
We just discussed at our last couple meetings about doing something like that. So there's the committee that will meet monthly, and we'll have our discussions and our planning and our, approving of grants and whatnot. But exactly, have a working committee as well. You don't have to come to every meeting, but if you're wanting to be, and I like the way you phrase it, that, friends of the committee, that's a perfect phrase.
Yeah.
Because if we can count on those worker bees,
Yes.
it just makes our job a lot easier.
Well, somebody to set up chairs, somebody to make cookies, somebody to sit at the door and give people instructions. Like, there's just so many things that they
Yes.
could be helping with,
Yes.
where they don't have to commit to meetings on a regular, they can just commit to one or two of your events for friends
Right.
of the committee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
We do have a few of those people already in our community. You always know who those people
Yeah.
are in the
Oh,
community.
for sure.
But
For sure.
yes, definitely. We would love to have more in either aspect.
Good. So can you give us how people can get a hold of you? I know now Facebook, you were on Facebook, and give me the Facebook page name.
So it's
Westman, I
Westman Wellness.
Westman
Yes.
Wellness
Yes.
and
At-
Westman Wellness and Suicide Prevention Association. That's how it shows
Right.
up on Facebook,
Right.
right?
So if you
Yeah.
if you Google just Westman Wellness, you will have all our information there, our contact
Great.
numbers, our website,
Great.
email.
Okay, so they can get a hold of you either way, texting, email, or whatever, through the private messaging on the social media.
Right.
And you guys will gladly take down their name and number and keep them in the loop, right?
Right.
Okay.
And we're always open to more projects. So
Oh,
as that
yeah.
sounds,
Okay,
but
ideas too. Okay.
Ideas.
And they don't
Yeah.
have to necessarily, I mean, it's nice if they have an idea, they come on the committee and help you work that idea, but they don't have to necessarily join the committee. If they have a great idea, you guys will take that and run with it.
Yes, yeah.
Good.
We do work in the communities, like we either supply grants for people, they come to us and say, hey, I have this project, I'd love to work on it. We're looking for some funding, so we get them to go through the grant application, apply, and then, we potentially will give them a grant to run their event. People can come with ideas. We, look for help. We'll either help them with an event that
If they're
trying
wanting
to put
to,
on,
yeah,
or if they come with an idea.
that's great.
Yes, we
That's
will
great.
take that and we will run with that as
Yeah.
well and put something on.
Absolutely.
In fact, the seniors event actually came as a result of last summer when we were working in the community talking to people about our walk. The seniors event came up through a young person who we came across, and she said, I think, what about doing something for seniors? So I mean, that's how
Really?
the December event came about. Was a young girl, I believe she was probably 19, 20, and said, I really think I think there should be something done specifically for seniors.
Oh,
So
that's
you
a great
never
idea.
know. You never know
Yeah.
where the ideas come from. Or,
I find that interesting that it came from someone so young,
Yeah.
and talking to the seniors in our community. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Yeah. Well, we're also looking at possibly, and maybe this will just be a project for myself, but extending that senior project past December. So we are looking at possibly getting a group of seniors together, men, ladies, it doesn't matter. And seniors can be whatever you want seniors to be. It can be 50 plus, it can be whatever, or just community people that are interested. And meeting and all through the winter and working on a project. So we're looking for example, some material. Do you have extra buttons laying around? Do you have extra zippers? Do you have any craft stuff? Do you have any wood pieces? Do you have, patterns? And getting a group together, and whether it be once a week or whatever, and just sitting as a community and working on projects.
Right.
Had brief discussion with a couple ladies already that are very eager to go, and so yeah, I think that would be something fun for during the winter. Get people out, keep the brains going and having something to look forward to.
For sure.
They can just come. They can just come have tea if they
And
want and watch the rest.
I
of the
was going to
people.
just say that. I was just going to say that because I'm very creative, and I've refinished furniture. I've put down flooring. There's lots of things I can do. I'm sort of the Miss Fix-It in my group, but I love all that stuff. And I paint and I can sew and I can do lots of other things. Crafts, I'm not huge into crafts, but I would come for the social part.
Exactly.
I would come for the tea and the social part.
And sometimes we may just sit and have a conversation. Maybe one of the events for our seniors event, we might just sit and have dainties and tea or whatever, and talk about Christmases past or what Christmas is going to look like to them, and
some
just
great
make
ideas.
it a fun,
Promoting mental wellness and health.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're looking youth to seniors, the whole spectrum.
My
So
gosh, you guys have done an awful lot.
We're very pleased
Yeah.
how it has
How fast your
come.
group has accelerated. And
We've had an amazing couple weeks, just to kind of show a little bit about how our messaging is getting out there. We had a call from a gentleman down in Ninette who supported us at the time of our golf tournament. And his name is Dale Dalgleish, and he runs Ice Hole Fishing Adventures. So he contacted us and said, we're looking at doing an event at the restaurant at Pelican Lake. He said, we want to donate so much money from each meal to you guys. So then he got talking to a gentleman in Portage who is the Honda Polaris dealership. And he goes, well, if the restaurant's willing to donate $5 a plate, I'll donate $5 a plate. And then Dale said, well, if he's doing it, I'm doing it. So we went, actually, just because we wanted to go. It was a fabulous supper. We had a steak supper. Got to connect with a lot of those local people. So, that was a surprise. They contacted us.
yes, wow.
Another event was we were contacted by Logan from 101 The Farm, wondering if it would be okay if he did an event and donated profits to us. And we said, absolutely. So he's putting on a soccer tournament. So I don't know if it's an indoor soccer tournament or whether it's for next year, but anyway, he wants the proceeds from that event to come to us as well.
Wow.
And then just a couple days ago in the mail, we got a donation from the Wascata community. They'd put on a mall in the hall, and the proceeds from that was $1,750, and they donated it to us. So, the word is out there. We've had people approach saying, can I donate money in lieu of?
Yep.
And so we've even had some of that. So it is getting out there.
Yeah.
People are starting to think about us. And
When associations start up, they don't usually have that kind of a speed forward. It
Yeah.
just takes a few years to get your feet in the ground, but you guys are just zooming along.
Well, it took
and people are coming to you. That's like great.
That's the encouraging
Yeah.
part, that we now know our messaging is getting out there. So
And it also confirms how important this subject is.
exactly.
Like, you know, it's very important. And it kind of makes you nervous at first. Are people going to care about this? Well, it's evident.
It is evident.
They do care.
Yes.
And this kind of thing hits everybody. Everybody has a story of
Yes.
something in their family, something in their friends, something, you know, around them that has gone on that has a lot to do with the mental health or the suicide prevention. Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Well,
There was
thank you
so
for
much to hear
allowing
about.
us to come and
Yeah.
and continue to keep everybody updated on
Yeah,
what we're doing.
absolutely updated and,
Yeah.
and knowing about your events and stuff. So we really appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Brenda.
so November 25th, the men's event at the Legion. December, look forward to the seniors events for 4 weeks. And then it'll be on to
May.
the walk, and then it'll be on
May
to our
is the
ball
walk.
hockey.
Yep,
and
exactly.
So it's going to be busy.
Yeah, yeah. Have you got time for holidays in there?
Well, I'm hoping so.
Good, good. You'll need the break.
Yeah,
For sure. Okay,
for
thank
sure.
you so much for coming in.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us here at Spotlight in Souris. Have a spectacular rest of your day.